How do we begin? Can't you see what the light does? Isn't the light crazy what it does? Look what this crazy light does. Okay? Got light right over here. Right over here we've got light. Hold on a second. It's plugged in. Light won't work. Oh, light's off. Okay. How's the light? Can you see me? Where's the light? At what point can you see my head in the light? At what point can you actually see me? Should I take away the light? Can you focus on the clarity behind the window? Before I take the window and close the light. Just me. Light and what light can do. Pepper and Pepsi. The Mississippi. What can light do? We do know about the Mississippi. I mean, they've been talking about it forever. Doesn't it going to be like moving apart or something? Isn't something going to rise from below, like raise St. Louis off the ground or something? Planet. I'm coming on here because I was thinking. So I just want to talk to myself. Plan, LAN, the LAN system, okay? The LAN system, you see the way this looks? You can barely see the other end of the A. It looks like an H. Automatically, you say it's H. Because what is below and what is above is the reality that H is in the A family. It is in the A family when the R, when you say H-A-R, because it's a silent H in French, it'd be the hare, which would be the rabbit. The R is the rabbit in my next designs. Planet X, Planet Texas. Texas Aces. 1776, 148, times 2, times 6. 6 times 2 is 1200. 6 times 9 is 540 is 1740. 1, 7, and 4. 1, 7, and 4 of 6. 1776. Christ. Did you follow and understand? 7 times 2 is 1400. 7 times 9 is 630. 6 times 2 is 1200. 6 times 9 is 540. Bring me the sun. 6 times 6 is 36. Bring me within the creation. 36 and 12 is 48. Bring me the one spirit. Why is it the one spirit? I think I did this in the last video, but we're going to have to do it again. You remember that free space you got in bingo and you weren't sure where the free space actually came from in bingo, right? But your free space is, if I can get these things together, it's right there. You see the I and the H letter in the middle? The one that makes the star. I'm going to put this right in the middle of the camera. No, I'm going to put it right there. You see over here in the middle, right here? That's the free space. You see, you got space on the outside here, here, and now here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you have the one that serves all, right? The one that serves all in the middle. And then each of these become the 5 hole. They're all 5 holes. Okay? The letters W-I-N, you see that? Let me just push that over there. It's hard to do things alone. No. If you don't prepare, then you can't do it the way it's needed to be done. And you're going to say, I can mow alone. But I am. And my hat's crooked. Oh, let me put my tie on better today. Let me tuck that in. It's a Jewish holiday tomorrow. It's Shabbos. Got to remember, the next 30 hours are gone. I got to go to God and spend 30 hours of my 168 hours, leaving me with 138 hours inside the house of the church. So I'm assuming that you go and you pray to God 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I should go slower, God. I did that right, good. I did that left, God. I did that good, God. I made a choice, good. And that's all it is. It's just a good choice. By the law of the understanding of 4 and 4, and the 4 going to the center and the 4 going to the center, the same thing I showed you with the tubes. Okay? 4 sides of this, 4 sides of this. These turn, this one turns, they all turn, and they all tell a different story. I don't know exactly how it works. I just know they all turn. And there should be lights coming out of this. They should turn, either tell you a spirograph story, or they should be turning this way. I don't know which way. Maybe a little separated. I'm not sure. I don't know. Many, many, many ideas. So I'm not going to just go, yes, it's like this. Because there's so many yeses to so many things that everything ends up getting done, and my reality is true. But since I'm so broad in my explanation, and I've touched with everything, I mean, it's just like me saying, guess what? I can't write one English letter. There's no more English alphabet. If you take away all the English alphabet, I can't write you an English letter. But I can write you a French letter because the A is no longer an A and B. It's all B. In English, it's A, B. The other one's B. This is B. So it looks like the same letter, but it's not the same letter because I said the English language, and the B in the French language from the English language is a B. Hey, B. Just like the G is a J. The H is silent, Jesus Christ. I don't know, C-H-R-I-S-T, words and combinations of words, silent letters, G-H. If you want to see G-H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, 1, 2, D, E. Is that the D, E? Is that where? No, D was up there. D, E, F, G, H. Before there's a separation by the Jew or the Jihad. You see number 6, it's got the hat. It means it connects all sides, or it connects the 2 links. See the way there's the point in the center? Okay. See the 7, it says and, it means with another. The 8 is the star between the sides. You see how many feet are on the 8? The 9 and the 0 is what's in between 9 and 0. What's in between 9 and 0? Add 1 to 9, you get 0. Add 1 to 0, you get 1. Add 1 to 1, you get 2. Add 1 to 2, you get 3. And you get everything from 9, okay, to the next 11, which counts as 0. Don't count the 9, but it shows you the brackets of what's in between 9 and 0. And you have to go from 9, the birth, to its own reality of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's it. You get the 10, and then you get the 9, and then you get the 10, and then you get the 9, because every set of numbers says, let's go to the center of the 20 level. So we'll be at 25, but I'm still in the middle. If I go to one side, I become 26, or if I go to the other side, I become 26. If I go to the left side, my 26 looks like a 4. If I go to the right side of the center, my 26 will be a 26. If I go up, you minus 3. If you go down, you minus 3. Because if you go down, you minus 3. Because when you go down, you got to go from here to the side and then up to the top. You can't go from the center anymore. It's like a hand going around the clock. It's from here to here. It's from here to here. You can't go straight up. You have to go around. So they show a V. A V means a moving life. 4 sides, 90 degrees each. 3 sides, 3 hands at a clock, 120 degrees each. So if you followed me again, if I can remember it, it's that you get your 9, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have 2 of these tubes. 4 and 4 and 1. They spin against each other, making whatever life that is, okay? They mix together. You get the V. Okay, so now this is what I'm going to try and show you again, if I could. I'm going to try my best. That this is in the front of it. Okay, here's the center. You go from here to here, it's 5, 2, 5, 8, 4, 5, 6. We're going 4, 5, 6 because we're using the center. This is only 1/4. From here to here, it's 1/2. 1, 2 times the difference. Okay, north and south. To here, to here, to here, to here. I start here. 1, 2, 3, Took 4. Took 4 and I'm retouching the same number. 40 plus 1 is 41. Monopoly 41, we end up on the Mediterranean. Game over. 40 times 50 plus 14. 1441, the DNA and the year we're in. 5 and 5 is 1 and 1. And how do we get 4? It's 2 and 2. So it's 5, 2, 25, 6, 25. Now I have to do 2 things now because I just mixed you up and I mixed me up. 25, 6, 25. Now why did I say that? Why did I say that? This is the center of the clock, right? 2, 5, right? If you flip it upside down, it's 2, 5, 5, 2. But once you go left or right, Roman numeral and Roman numeral, it's 4, 5, 6, or if it's an X, okay, because you're counting all sides, it's say 9, 10, 11. I'm going to repeat this again to myself because I still don't like what I said. You go into the center, you get 4 here, and you get 4 on the other tube is 8. The one in the center is the 9. Everything lives out of the center. The reason I was here at the V, this number over here would be 4. This number over here would be 8. This number over here would be 6. 6 goes back to 2 Venus. Mars goes back to 2 Venus. 4 and 6, 10 plus 2 Venus is 12. 4 plus 6, 10 plus 8 is 18. 12 and 18 is the L and the R for the left and right side. Left half and right half. Multiply anything by 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Excuse me. Cut anything in half by 2. Let's use whole numbers. Split 8 in half. Equals 4 and 4. Now multiply it by 5. 5 by 8 is 40. 4 plus 0 is 4. So 2 and 5 always come together. But that wasn't the relationship that I wanted to talk about. 25, 6, 25 is when we multiply all the center positions. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is 625, or 25 times 25, which is a quarter, or 2 1/4, which is 15 times 15. And there's so many numbers, I'm running all over the place. And I'm not happy. But I still have to put the video out there. And if you watch it, don't worry. You'll be paid off for your time. Right here. All the pay you need is right here. Okay, so we're back to this again. Okay, we didn't go from the center. We went, the black numbers went on the outside. The inside numbers, okay, which is 1, 3, 7, and 9. 1 and 3 is 4 plus 5 equals 9. 7 and 9 is 16 plus 5 is 21. 9 and 21. The difference is 12. 9, 12. Li, pissenlit, fleur de lis. It's the connection of the cube and alpha beta. The 1, 2 system. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Aleph, aleph. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 this way, 1, 2, 3 this way, 1, 2, 3 this way, and you get that V again, joining now your red. And where do we get this? The reality is, how come my camera won't go anymore? Reality is right there. You see that crisscross thing that looks, no, that's the roulette board in 1 dimension. That's the roulette board in 1 dimension. I'd like to put my pen there. Can I put my pen here? See this part right here? And this part over here? This part up here is 10 and 13, 23, Mary Jane, let's connect me to the heavens of 11. 8 and 11 are here. Those are all black. Down here it's 26 and 29. Difference is 3. On the right and left side is 28 and 31. That's the relativity of Einstein. I cannot explain it to you. I have to sit with somebody who understands and who knows. Someone who knows all these informations, so I can study the numbers, so I can study the relationship of how they use this word and how he said this and how they said that, because it's all a game. It's all like juggling and the words, just by whatever you ask. When you speak to me or you leave me a message, it's whatever my perception becomes, because it's like a juggling thing. I just like has to just flow into order, and that's why a little bit of Mary Jane helps you to get into that area. You can't think egotistically, oh, what do I look like? What do I sound like when I come out here? Of course I don't want to scare you away. You see this ball over here? Chrysler, eh? Chrysler, eh? See the way this, we get 1 here, and we get into the split here, and we get into the split here. Reality fix. We get 1 here, and we get up to here, and we get up to here. Wherever which way these go. Where is my 120 degrees? This angle to here. This angle to here. Would it be my 120 degrees? Okay, to split this. However this would fit, it would go. Understand, here's an 8 here. understand there's an 8 here, understand there's an 8 here and an 8 here. But we also have to understand this. See that line on the ball? I cannot use that 8. See there's a line on the ball? I cannot use that 8. See there's a line on the ball? I cannot use that 8. So I can't use any 8 with the line on the ball. And let's start at the one that I have, okay? Start on the black one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's only 5. So there's 5 around that I cannot use that link each side, as well as the ones that are opposition, 5 and 5. Okay? Now if you want to look at what we can link, we can link that 8 over there. We can link this 8 over here because it doesn't go past the line. Okay, it's 2. We can link that one because it's still inside the line is 3. So you see the ones we did? There's only 5 marks and 1 in the center. This would be spinning around. Okay, you'd have 2 of these. You must have 2 most likely so they can go for all 5 blocks, in which probably one gets doubled up is the question. Or the reality is there's a split from here and into here. And then from here into here, it's a split, an open space. Okay, so this is how this would be E and E. I know I didn't finish on 25, 625. There's so many ways. And number 52 is man's heart. Number 52 ends up saying Jesus Christ. Number 52, 25 ends up saying we're plugged up with jacks. I showed you. Did I show you this one yet? Elisa Joy. J is the 10th letter. E Joy. 5, 10. 15 equals 25y. L is the 512, and Eli or Eliasa or Elijah or Joshua. The same thing, same sound. This is her, le, the. 151. This is the Jesus Christ. S is number 5. In the other world, it's a snaggle of a snake. It means number 5 because they know the position of the snake. So it looks like an S. It's also the 19th, which equals to the 7th gate. Because S becomes the 7th gate, because this becomes 10, then becomes 7. When 0 becomes 6, and there's a life living in the free space. 191, 1991 is the spirit of light. The joy, or why don't we just say love joy? Hot and cold, 3443, Jesus Christ, and it's the empire, or what gets worse, is what's happening right now. Repi. Did I tell you I went for gas? They wanted the yellow pump of the soul for 87. They want to control both 87, which is the gateways, H and G. Then they had blue. It was 89. That was the birth of the heaven. And then they had red, 91 of the spirit of the soul. See the 5? See 2 sides and the back. If you take a look, here's the 5. Well, here's the 7. See the way the 7 comes in? 7 and 5. Taking up 2 parts of the cube with 1 C open. See the C that's open on this side of the cube? C that's open on the upper part of the cube? It's an open space. That's why when they build it, I'm not finished here. This is also 5775. 7, 5. I reversed it backwards. Backwards, frontwards. Backwards, frontwards. Knock, knock. 1114. O'clock. 3.1415. 3.1415. 9265. 11, 11, 9265, 11, 11. Knock, knock. FEMA Communications, 65, regarding of the White Wolf. Seattle Seahawks and the Kingdom, to Kingdom Come, the New Pat Riot Act. Just going through all this really quickly. The reality is yud, yud. Flipping up the yuds 2 ways, creating a lamed. Or the nose of the elephant. To reach out, the lamed, to reach out, to reach to the sky and to reach out. We had the pigs. Those were the dice numbers. I did want to come and just show one more thing. MC squared. MC squared. 2 sides. Create the I and the H when they're brought together. You want to be a witness? Let's witness this together, what it looks like. MC squared. There you go. If you want to, if we can't fill it in here, if we fill it in here, it's got to be with a different color. It's got to be with this color. So we're going to color in this color. See if we can do anything. I'm not an artist. I just play a lot. And I play, and I play, and I play. And I keep playing, and I keep playing. And the more I draw, and the more I see, and the more I enjoy, the more I want to play. And I know it's a good play. I know I'm not doing a bad thing. And I'm sharing because I can't remember everything I say, and I don't know what actually has any real value. Only you can tell me what the real value is. Only you can tell me what the real value is. Not me, by your questions and comments. Okay, that's going to tell me what I have to do. And either I can or I cannot answer the reality. And here we are. Which is it? Why don't we look at the baseball? It's I and I. It's HO. I and I is 18. I and H is 26. I and I is 18. If we said this was H, right? That's H, and that's H. Or it's H, and and that would be the gateway altogether. Did I want to really look at anything else? Did I want to talk about anything else? The cap that the Jack and the King wear is just like this. Wherever you see this, and this is not a finished formation, is actually the wings of what you see, that wing thing in the army. Okay, this is part of it, and this is part of the letter formation. Now you'll say, can anything actually formulate? Can anything make that formula? And yeah, of course it could. And then you have to have the person who's going to explain it to put you on that track. Okay? Do you see this over here? 1771 backwards. See the mustache guy? Foot in the left, foot in the right. See Gimel in between? Now, if I crisscross this in reality and finish this, this will look like Roman numeral. Okay? I switch this around backwards to 7 or put them on top of each other. If I take 1771, here's the 1, okay? If I put 1 7 that way and 1 7 this way, and put the 1 here, and then put the 1 here and the 1 here, and do the same thing. Here's 1771 and 1771, which is 9, 11, which is 9 and 2. Okay? Now if we break it down through levels, okay? We break it down through levels. We're in all actuality looking at V, O, V, Vav, which is actually Vav, okay? Everybody knows whatever their perception of Vav is. Let's do it a little bit different. 1, okay? I cannot put the 7 next to it because 1 gets a whole area. Just like the 0 gets its whole area, 1 gets its whole area, because you cannot touch the sides of 1. We go 1, 2 rows up and 2 rows. We have our own box in 1. Do not box 1 in, because 1 will then turn into an 8. And sideways 1 boxed up will look into an I, and at the same time the H from 2 sides. Because are you looking at it this way? Don't count this line here and don't count this line here. Everybody knows there's a roof and a side and a bottom. We're talking side to side. Now we put the 0 around it, so 0, 1 equals 8. Now the 0 around it has its 4 corners, and for 1 in the center to connect it becomes 4 and 1. 1, 2, 3, you connect 3 with 1. Okay? So this at the same time, okay, 1O is also, the 1 is also the I letter. The O, okay, or a double O, okay, together is actually pronouncing the H letter. Okay? 2 I's, which would be the heaven, because man is with 2 I's. Okay? Man is with his 2 I's. So if you see M-O-O-N, you're actually looking at this, M-H-N, whatever that wants to mean. But this is M, Ash, or H. You can also say Archie, because this letter has a name, so it has to have letters. If it's H, okay, or Ash, it happens to be Mash N. Mash n means everything with n means it's connected to something else. N is 1 and 4, which is the AD world, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. We connect them together and we bring us back to the same reality. So 1771, okay, here's your 1, and here's your 1. Here is the 7. I turned the other one backwards. I'm going to keep them the same this time and show you over here the 1. And the reality is, why do I do that? Because 1 has to have a space on each side. 1 goes in the middle. The 0 goes on the outside, which is actually 11, 11. Either one way or the other way, the same reality is with the 6. It's either this way or it's this way. We're not going to talk about this way right now. So the other way, okay, this I cannot touch, so it would have to be this one here, and then this one here. This is what it would look like. So this is what I get from this. Okay? Now, what is this supposed to say? What is this supposed to say? Okay? I don't know myself. It's the first time I've done this one. This is also 1771. You do follow. I put a 1. I have to erase this. I made a slight error, and I can't let you go until this is fixed. Okay, we're going to fix it with a pen. I have to go to here to here. Well, that's not really working, eh? So I'm going to go from 1, 2 to 1, 2. Then I'm going to go from 1, 2 to 1, 2. Okay, this one connects, okay? See the way this one links? This one is not in its place. You see this one is here, the first one, and here's the second one. This one is open. So now we have to understand that whatever fits in this value over here will now give you a new letter. I am not sure what it is going to be. I do not know. I designed it now. Maybe you know. Maybe it'll take me a week or a month. But this is what has come here now. The Z. Now, because everyone gets its own level, that everything must be split apart and understood on their own level. So if we did this on its own level, what does this show? This shows you a 4 on this side, and this one shows you a 4 on this side. You see the 4 that came across? Let's see, this one up here. This is the 7 down here, and the 7 goes in here. Okay, this is the, it goes in here, and it goes in here. Let me see that again on this side. This one was over here. See, I closed up that hole on the top, right? This one to here. Wow, something's wrong. Oh, yeah, it's on this side. Sorry, it was on this side I was doing it. You understand? It's not this part. It's over here. But you know what? You get my drift. I'm not screwing around. Although I definitely one day need an agenda brush up. I mean, I got to be able to come out there so when you see it, if you're interested to watch it, you're going to say, okay, I understand, not stay bewildered all day and you don't want to think of it or come back, but yet you do want to come back because some stuff you partake and you can see the reality that is there. But then again, we have to go to work and have other things to do. But what if? What if? And what if? And it will be, regardless of what you do watch. In the new world, the reality will be that you'll have a lot more choices to be able to decide on what is more relative to you and what you must do that day, other than have to obligate yourself to pay a debt that you are into. Raphael, then you will have the time to advance your mind if you are looking, or to share and advance other people's mind inside a union of a difference. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Did I finish with this side over here? The Vega card underneath Hoover Dam. Everything to do with number 39, which is the equator. The brick house of knowledge. Beirut, or en route. Or a truck in French that's still running. Se roule. And now it starts to say se brûle, so it burns. So it would say the ruins. We have the Patriots, or the Riot Act, to be read in Devil's Stadium when Kingdom comes at the Super Bowl at the beginning of next month. On one day less, the 32nd day where the door is open, the 334 and 334. 334 and 335 days. That is the number. Do you remember there was a guy who showed these numbers that were flashing? Well, take a look. Now that it's been 6 months since I saw it, I'm starting to understand some of the numbers. But regardless to anything I have done, because I will put this at the beginning, regardless, my thoughts, my reality, my perception, in all reality, not to dismay anyone or disgruntle anyone at all, not to make or choose a side, just to say we live in a system other than human beings that are on this earth. There is a big system. Where does man come from? We're in the system right now. We're going back to the system regardless. Will we have to pay for anything that we do? We're going to pay for it now. Okay? Maybe we will have to reflect and it might hurt inside of us. Okay? But I think that that's the biggest thing, because the biggest hurt is a mental hurt other than any other hurt. Raphael 7286, in a constellation of Pegasus, we have been renewed. Now we have to live through the time, and then the times of reflection in which our children's children will only know the stories, and from us to reflect on the reality of the relative. Thank you.